Hello everyone, and welcome to my The Bold and the Beautiful News official YouTube channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribers button and give this video a thumbs up. The world of the bold and the beautiful has seen its fair share of explosive weddings, forbidden romances, and betrayal, but nothing could have prepared fans for this. After months of anticipation, Ridge Forrester and Taylor Hayes' wedding day was finally here. Guests gathered. Vows were written. The flowers were perfect. Taylor, in her stunning couture gown, stood waiting at the altar with her heart on her sleeve. But then came the unthinkable. Right in front of family, friends, and millions of viewers, Ridge left Taylor standing there, alone, heartbroken, and humiliated. This wasn't just cold feet. It was a declaration that rocked the Forrester family to its core. Why did Ridge walk away? What secret pushed him to destroy Taylor's dreams? And how will this affect everyone around them? The road to I do. The lead-up to Ridge and Taylor's wedding was anything but smooth. Brooke Logan's presence loomed like a ghost over every decision Ridge made. Though Ridge claimed he had moved on, everyone, especially Steffi, sensed the internal war raging inside him. Taylor, ever hopeful, believed she had finally won his heart for good. With the family behind her, she believed this wedding would be the fresh start they all needed. But Ridge had doubts. And those doubts grew louder every time Brooke's name came up. Flashbacks plagued him, memories of their love, their family, and the passion they shared. Taylor's perfect day unfolds. From the moment the sun rose, Taylor was glowing. She spent the morning with Steffi and Thomas, basking in what she believed was her long-awaited fairy tale. The venue was transformed into a romantic dreamscape. Everything was perfect. Even Eric and Donna commented on how peaceful Taylor looked. Ridge, however, seemed distracted. Carter, his best man, noticed. "You sure about this?" he asked. Ridge nodded, but there was no conviction in his voice. Just hours before the ceremony, Ridge received a message from Brooke. A simple message, "I'll always love you." It was enough to send Ridge spiraling. He stared at his reflection in the mirror and asked himself the hardest question, am I marrying Taylor, or running from Brooke? When Steffi caught him hesitating, she begged him not to ruin this. "She loves you. We need this," she said. Ridge nodded, masking the tornado within. Taylor's entrance was stunning. Guests gasped as she walked slowly toward Ridge, tears in her eyes. Hope, Brooke, and Liam looked on with mixed emotions. Ridge forced a smile. He took her hand. Taylor beamed. The minister began. And just as they reached the part, "Do you, Ridge Forrester, take this woman," everything unraveled. Ridge froze. His eyes locked on Brooke, seated just behind the front row. The music faded. The room hushed. Everyone knew something was wrong. Ridge's voice trembled. I can't do this." Gasps. Cries. Confusion. Taylor whispered, "What did you just say?" Ridge took a step back. "I thought I was ready. I thought I had let Brooke go. But I haven't. I can't marry you, Taylor. I'm sorry." Taylor's bouquet hit the ground. Her knees buckled. Steffi screamed, "No. You don't get to do this again." Thomas lunged at Ridge, furious. Eric looked away in shame. Donna held her breath. Taylor ran from the altar, sobbing. Her dress dragging behind her, makeup ruined, heart in shreds. She locked herself in the bridal suite and collapsed on the floor, screaming into her veil. Why? Why does he always choose her? Brooke tried to leave, but Ridge stopped her. "I'm not asking you to take me back. I just couldn't lie to her." Meanwhile, Taylor confronted Steffi, blaming her for pushing the wedding too fast. "You wanted your parents back together so badly, you forgot to ask if Ridge even loved me." The day after the wedding, Forrester Creations was chaos. Ridge didn't show up to work. Taylor resigned from the board. Thomas threatened to go to the press. Hope tried to console Taylor, but she wasn't having it. "Don't pretend to understand," Taylor snapped. Brooke was vilified in the media, again. "Logan homewrecker strikes again," the headlines read. Ridge became a ghost, wandering the beach house alone, haunted by his own cowardice. The wedding fallout reignited old wars. Donna and Katie defended Brooke, but Steffi and Thomas were relentless. "She ruined our family, again," Steffi shouted during a boardroom brawl. Ridge tried to make peace but failed. "You chose chaos," Taylor told him coldly. "You always do." Eric begged everyone to remember Carter's wedding disaster. "We have to find common ground before this company collapses." But no one was listening. The family was broken. Weeks passed. Taylor disappeared. Rumors said she was in Monaco, or maybe Paris. Then Ridge received a letter. Taylor's words were laced with pain. "You've humiliated me in front of everyone I love. But the worst part is, I let you." She wrote that she wouldn't come back. Not to the company. Not to the family. Not even for Steffi. "You've stolen enough years from me, Ridge. I'm done." Ridge broke down, reading it aloud to Brooke. "You deserve to hate me," he said. Brooke just cried. In the final scenes, Ridge visits Taylor's empty office. He places her favorite framed photo on the desk, one of their family, once happy. "I loved you. Maybe not the way you needed, but I did." Meanwhile, Taylor looks out at the Mediterranean Sea, alone but stronger. "I won't be anyone's second choice ever again," she tells a stranger. Brooke, too, contemplates the wreckage. Can she forgive Ridge? Does she want to? The screen fades to black with a single question echoing in viewers' minds. Is this the end, or just another beginning? Thank you for reading. This heart-shattering moment will go down in bold and the beautiful history. Ridge's wedding day betrayal wasn't just about choosing between two women, it was about confronting decades of damage, indecision, and pain. Can Taylor recover? Will Brooke take Ridge back? Will Ridge ever truly grow up? The bold and the beautiful recap for Wednesday, June 25th, reveals that Nick Marone kept hearkening as Taylor Hayes continued her marriage offer to Ridge Forrester at Il Giardino. Once Taylor pulled out a ring box that reminded Ridge of their St. Thomas engagement, she pushed him to put that ring on her cutlet. Taylor wanted Ridge to be her hubby and just demanded him to say he wanted that, too. B&B offered a bit of a fake estual since Ridge originally said "I do ain't," but he clarified that he didn't suppose Taylor realized how in love with her he was. Ridge claimed that ring should have been on Taylor's cutlet this whole time and pledged to make effects up to her. After Ridge slipped Taylor's ring on her and said he indeed wanted to be her hubby, they participated a kiss as Nick kept wiretapping. At Forrester Creations, Brooke Logan just hoped that Ridge didn't do anything that might affect them ever and plotted to understand how Taylor could settle for commodity that wasn't real. Katie Logan noted that Ridge didn't break his commitments, but Brooke refocused out that Ridge broke his commitment to her with this Taylor reunion. Although Brooke played down the idea that Ridge would marry Taylor, Katie still sounded uneasy. At Luna Nozawa's place, Sheila Sharp sounded suspicious of Will Spencer texting Luna back out of the blue and advised her to be careful. Once Luna was alone, she pledged to make Will prove how important he wanted her. Luna ultimately handled the loaded gun before put away it down in the office hole. At the Precipice House, Deputy Chief Bradley Baker verified that he was suitable to get a leave, so Will Spencer got ready with a line. Baker also handed over a camo camera for Will to plant in Luna's apartment, which would allow everyone at the Precipice House to watch on a laptop. Will assured Steffi Forrester, John Finn Finnegan and Electra Forrester that he'd get them out of the mess Bill Spencer made. After Will hugged Electra and promised that he could handle Luna, he took off. It wasn't long until Baker said it was go time since Will had arrived at Luna's place. Luna let Will inside her apartment and offered him some water, so that gave Will a chance to plant the camo camera and get the laptop feed working. Once Luna turned her attention back to Will, he played up how Electra was just a girl when he demanded a woman. Will gushed over how instigative and dangerous Luna was, but she still wondered why he suddenly went from abhorring her to wanting her. After Will said he talked to Bill about Luna's nonage, He acted like he understood her better now and had sympathy since she was each alone. Will also knew from Elektra about Finn turning his reverse on Luna and the whole situation with Steffi. Luna ultimately put her arms around Will and said she was all his. However, also she asked what he was staying for, if Will wanted Luna as much as she wanted him. "Take me," Luna said as Will smiled at her. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say Will's going to land in a tight spot soon enough, so stick with us for updates on the bad news that's brewing. The bold and the beautiful recap is eventually in for Wednesday, June 25, 2025. In Moment's occasion, Will Spencer gets wired. Meanwhile, Luna Nozawa gets her gun ready. Plus, Ridge Forrester gives Taylor Hayes an answer to her marriage offer. Taylor Hayes' offer. Ridge is stupefied. Taylor gives a big speech about their bonds and connections and family. Taylor wants them to be married so they can reunite their family. An engagement ring is whipped out. Ridge says that Taylor makes him a better man. The developer accepts the marriage offer. Wow, that was unanticipated. As Taylor slips the ring on Ridge's cutlet, they kiss. Katie Logan's warning. Katie Logan continues advising Brooke Logan. The Golden insists that Taylor realizes she's just to answer. Brooke calls Ridge a pointless sense of obligation. Katie wants her family to face the fact that Ridge is committed to Taylor. Katie thinks it's done. Brooke keeps saying Ridge would no way marry Taylor. Katie brings up it's formerly happened many times. Luna Nozawa's excitement at the apartment. Luna is agitated about Will coming over. She calls Elektra Forrester Miss Narcolepsy. Sheila Carter Sharp is suspicious of Will's unforeseen reversal. Sheila leaves but urges Luna to be careful. Will Spencer wired at the Precipice House. Deputy Chief Bradley Baker is giving Will advice as an officer videotapes a line to his casket. Will is given camo, which is actually a wide-angle camera. Will needs to find a way to plant it in the apartment so they can see what's going on. Bill Spencer made a terrible mistake and now Will is going to fix it. Read this. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Will Spencer's horrible amusement sinks him Wednesday, June 25, 2025 after Sheila leaves, but before Will arrives, Luna gets her gun ready and stashes it. Will arrives and she lets him in. Will asks for water and plants the camo camera. Luna comes back and starts slamming Elektra. The youthful man calls her sexy and dangerous. As Elektra watches, Steffi is concerned. Is this too hard for her to watch? Elektra is determined to be brave. Luna suddenly asks why Will changed his mind so suddenly. Will says Luna knows what he wants. The brunette needs him to say the words. Oh, she's on to him. What exactly do you want from me? Will calls her a survivor and a woman. She rants about Steffi Forrester Finnegan. Also, she stops before saying anything indicting. Luna says she belongs to Will if he wants her. The Bold and the Beautiful delivered one of the most jaw-dropping midweek episodes in daytime history. What began with a quiet dinner at Il Giardino exploded into a moment of pure romantic intensity as Taylor Hayes proposed to Ridge Forrester in a moment soaked in nostalgia and desperation. And while Nick Marone eavesdropped like a hungry cat with milk on the menu, Ridge delivered a stunning answer that could ripple through the Forrester, Logan, and Marone families forever. But that wasn't the only life-altering bombshell dropping on CBS screens. At the Cliff House, Will Spencer became an undercover agent, wired up and sent into enemy territory, Luna Nozawa's apartment. With a lipstick camera hidden in plain sight, he flirted, baited, and lied to Luna, while she unknowingly harbored a loaded weapon in her drawer. As seduction blurred with suspicion, the stage was set for tragedy. This wasn't just another filler episode. It was a bold turning point that could ignite weeks, even months, of fallout. Let's break it all down in a deep dive recap that gives you everything you missed, every line that mattered, and every clue you didn't see coming. Put the ring on my finger. Taylor takes the leap of a lifetime. It all began with Taylor Hayes staring into Ridge's eyes across a flickering candle at Il Giardino. The atmosphere was romantic, but the stakes were colossal. In a move no one, except hopeless romantics, saw coming, Taylor pulled out a ring box, a memento from their past engagement in St. Thomas. Ridge's expression wavered between awe, nostalgia, and panic. But Taylor didn't blink. You make me feel loved in a way I've never known. You make me better. We have children. We have history. What are we waiting for? Slip this ring on my finger, and tell me you want to be my husband. And just like that, time stopped. But when Ridge uttered the words I don't, hearts plummeted, until he clarified. I don't think you understand how in love with you I am. From devastation to jubilation in one heartbeat. Ridge took the ring. He slipped it onto her finger. And with tears in his eyes, he made his promise. We missed so much. I promise I'll make it up to you. They kissed. Nick made a face. The balance of power shifted. Brooke Logan's meltdown, this can't be happening. Back at Forrester Creations, Brooke was spiraling. She had a gut feeling. Ridge might be making a mistake. A permanent one. Her sister Katie tried to keep things real. Ridge is a man of his word, Brooke. He doesn't break his commitments. But Brooke pushed back hard. He broke his commitment to me, didn't he? This thing with Taylor, it's an illusion. He doesn't love her like he loves me. He never will. But Katie didn't look convinced. In fact, her eyes suggested otherwise. And as Brooke ranted about Ridge never marrying Taylor again, Katie reminded her. You keep saying he won't, but what if he already did? Mic drop. Bomb Luna gets armed, and dangerous. Over at Luna Nozawa's apartment, a very different kind of drama was unfolding. Luna was glowing. She believed Will Spencer was finally coming around, finally choosing her over Miss Narcolepsy Electra. But Sheila Carter Sharp wasn't buying it. Will texting you out of the blue? Be careful, Luna. That family doesn't do anything without a motive. Luna brushed her off. But once she was alone, her behavior changed. She opened her drawer, and removed a handgun. She checked the clip. Loaded. She placed it back inside and slid it shut. Why? Protection? Paranoia? Or something worse? Operation Catch Luna, Will goes undercover. At the Cliff House, Deputy Chief Baker briefed Will Spencer. We got the warrant. Now it's up to you. With a lipstick cam in one hand and a wire taped to his chest, Will suited up, every inch of him shaking with purpose. Electra, Steffi, and Finn watched nervously as Will prepared to walk into Luna's world. He hugged Electra. I'll get us out of this. I promise. Then he left. Moments later, Baker looked at the laptop screen. He's inside. It's go time. Danger, flirtation and a fake smile, Luna lets her guard down. Will stepped into Luna's apartment and smiled. She flirted. He played along. You're not into Electra anymore? She's a girl. I need a woman. He planted the camera while she fetched him water. The Cliff House team watched breathlessly. Luna returned. She pressed herself close. You're sexy, dangerous, Will said, mirroring her language. But Luna was smart. Suspicious. She paused, narrowed her eyes. You hated me. Now you want me? What changed? Will got serious. He invoked her childhood. Her pain. Her abandonment. I understand now. You're alone. Your father turned his back. Steffi too. Luna softened. If you really want me, Will, then take me. She reached for him, while a loaded weapon sat just feet away in a drawer. Cliff House panic, he's in too deep. At the Cliff House, the live feed displayed Will and Luna, dangerously close. Too close. Steffi, he's compromised. Finn, he's losing control. Electra, he's going to blow it. The audio crackled. Luna leaned in. Say it. What do you want from me? Will's lips trembled. And that's when Sheila, watching from afar, called Deacon. It's happening again. Like father, like son. The aftermath, explosions on every front. At Il Giardino, Ridge and Taylor toast their engagement. But Nick's face darkens. He knows who needs to hear this news, and fast. At Forrester, Brooke stares at her reflection. It's not over. It's never over. At Luna's, her hands brush the drawer handle. The moment hangs in the air.